So today is going to be foundation, eye and face primer, and powders. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Oh, if you guys are wondering what I have on my eyes or lips, because I do have like a lot going on today, this is kind of my Christmas makeup. I have a Christmas brunch to go to today, and I can guarantee you I will be the only one with super glittery eyes and a bright red lip, but that's okay, it's Christmas time. So on my eyes, I have this Stila Vintage Black Gold. This is one of their magnificent metals, and it is amazing. And then on my lips, I have Nars Dragon Girl. So there you go. Alright, so starting out, the first thing I'm going to talk about is, let's talk about face primers first. So the primer that I wore the most this year is the Rimmel Fix Perfect. This is drugstore, you guys. It is so inexpensive. I think it's around like $5. This is the best primer I've ever used. High-end drugstore, this is it. It's so good. It keeps my makeup on forever. It feels like a lotion going on with just a little bit of a silicone feel. It is amazing. I love this primer. I love putting it on because it feels good when you're putting it on. I just really, really love this. I am almost out of this, and I never run out of primer. I use this thing like it's going out of style. Love, 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 love. The other one that I wore a lot is from Bare Minerals. It's their Primetime Foundation Primer. Now this one I like, but I do not like it nearly as much as the Rimmel one. And this one's probably like 4 times as expensive. This one does a good job at keeping your makeup on. I just like the way that the Rimmel one feels a lot better. But I did wear this one like for months straight, so had to mention it. Moving on to, let's talk about, well, we might as well talk about eye primers. Okay, so the first eye primer that I wore a ton this year is also from Bare Minerals. It's their Primetime Eyelid Primer. And this one, I thought I had found my holy grail primer. This one worked so well on me for months. And I have very oily eyelids, as we all know. I think I say that in like every video. But this one I thought was it. I thought I was done with my search for the perfect eye primer, and then it just kind of stopped working. It's a really, really good eye primer. I don't know why it kind of just decided not to work on me anymore, but I had to mention it because I wore the hell out of this for months on end. My most favorite eye primer ever, I finally found it, I'm done with my search, is the Nars Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, and then the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Nude Pink. These two together are unstoppable. Like, your eyeshadow does not move. And this one works really well on its own, as does the Color Tattoo, which I've said before, but together they just work that much better. So I honestly don't think I'll find another eye primer that works better than this, because my eyeshadow does not crease at all, like not even a teeny tiny bit. It's in place all day. And oh, thank you Jesus for letting me find this, because it is amazing. Okay, I have 2 BB creams that I want to mention. The first one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Beauty Balm. This, up until about a month ago, was my favorite BB cream. I thought there was nothing better. I never thought I would find one that I liked better than this. This is amazing. I wore the hell out of this year. I like lighter coverage, so a lot of days if I'm not filming, even if I am filming, I'll just wear a BB cream mixed with maybe a little bit of foundation. This one gives really good coverage for a BB cream. It lasts for a good amount of time, and it's overall just a really, really nice BB cream. The other one that I recently discovered, so I kind of feel like I'm cheating, but it's the Tarte Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. You guys, if I would have discovered this at the beginning of the year, there would have been no need for foundations or any other beauty balm. It is so good. It gives me the best coverage. It lasts as long as a foundation. I just cannot say enough good things about this, and I know I've been talking about this a lot in my last few videos, so I'm not gonna go off on a crazy tangent. This is amazing. If you don't need full coverage, this is it. You have to try it. It is like I'm dying inside right now just talking about it. So moving on to foundation. My top foundation this year, no doubt about it, was the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I adore the hell out of this foundation. It's light to medium coverage. It lasts a good amount of time. It blends out like so good, so perfectly, and there is nothing bad to say about this other than the smell. It smells like paint. I hate the smell of it, but it's so worth it because I love the way it makes my skin look. This mixed with a little bit of my Tarte BB cream, dying. This is what I have on today, and I just feel like my skin looks so good. It looks kind of flawless, but not that like porcelain doll flawless. You can still see some of my imperfections and a couple of my little freckles. It's just the perfect amount of coverage for me. Like I said, I don't like heavy coverage, so amazed. There are 3 other foundations that I have to mention. I have to. The first one is my L'Oreal True Match. This is the best drugstore foundation ever. I think this has been my favorite foundation for like the past 3 to 4 years. It's the best coverage, the best shade selection. It's inexpensive. If you have not tried L'Oreal True Match, you are insane, you're missing out, and you need to go and try it. They have warm shades, cool shades, neutral shades. There is no excuse for not trying it. It's so good. Okay, the other 2 are high-end. The first one is my Marc Jacobs Genius Gel and my Becca Radiant Skin Satin Finish Foundation. Now the Marc Jacobs one is a lighter coverage, which I obviously have already said that I like. I like mixing this with my Tarte BB cream, and it's just like heaven on my face. This by itself is beautiful. I kind of save this for special occasions because I'm getting low and it's quite expensive. If you like that kind of dewy finish and not crazy full coverage, I mean this is light to medium, it's definitely buildable. This is just, it feels so luxurious and you can tell it's high-end. I did a review on this, I'll link it below. And I also did a review on the Becca, which the Becca foundation is more of a full coverage. It's not full. I would say it's a medium, but it's definitely buildable to full coverage. I kind of save this one for if I have like a big fancy party to go to or if I need full coverage, which is rare. So I do love this one. This makes my skin look so flawless and just good, and you just want to go out and murder someone because your skin looks so good. You can't even stand it. You feel the need for violence. That's this. And last but not least, we're going to talk about powder. Now, powder is not something that I incorporate into my everyday makeup routine. It kind of depends on how my skin's doing, what the weather's doing, the time of year. But I do have a few powders that I am loyal to. The first one is my most used powder ever, my Nye Banana Powder. This kind of changed my view on powders because before this I thought all powders were just heavy and cakey, and I like, no, me and powder don't get along. This powder is so finely milled, it's so light on your skin. I use this mainly to set my concealer and it just brightens. It makes my under eye area look totally flawless. You can never put too much of this on. I think that's what I like about it. It never cakes up. It's just, it is amazing, and it's so cheap. I thought this was a high-end powder, but this was like $10. The other powder that I love is my Urban Decay De-Slick Mattifying Powder. Now this I carry with me and I use to kind of take down the shine, or if I feel like my foundation's breaking down, I'll just put a little of this on top and it kind of just makes everything right again. This is what I wanted my Nars pressed powder to be, but they will never ever be the same. This one you actually get product out when you swatch it, but only a tiny bit. It's a very, very fine, just translucent powder. It's beautiful, and I never thought I would be so into a powder, but I love this. If throughout the day I start to get a little bit shiny, I can put this on 5, 6, 7 times a day if I need to, which is rare, but I could, and it never cakes up or looks heavy, and I love it. I love the packaging. I'm sweating talking about a powder. Who would have ever thought that? Okay, the last thing I want to mention is this Revlon Nearly Naked powder. If you don't want to spend a lot on powder, this is drugstore, it's Revlon. This is a beautiful, beautiful powder. I use this a lot to set my entire face. And that's not something that I would normally do, like powder my entire face because I am so dry. But this one, the powder itself is so soft. It feels like a really, really high-end powder. It doesn't cake up on your face. It doesn't look powdery. I love this powder, and I need you guys to know that because I don't think I've talked a lot about this powder this year. I've mentioned it a few times. But honestly, for the price, you cannot go wrong. You are such a good powder. That was weird. So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I have a ton more of these best of 2012 videos coming, so make sure, why are you doing that? Make sure that you guys stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye!
I love when I wear a red lip, it just, you just want to like chew your own lips off. That's how I feel. Okay, the next one is the Becca Radiant Skin Satin Finish. Back to you, Kip. I can see myself doing that all day, day. I said it. All day, day. It never sounds right when I say it. All day, day. Still doesn't sound right. I sound like such a white girl. All day, day. You know what I say to that? Oh man, that really, really hurt. Glove. Why you gotta hit a bitch so hard, yo? So, I said to myself, Nicole, why don't you just, Nicole, why don't you just break it up into categories? So that's what I did, and that's what you're getting. I try to do a nice thing, and give gloves some airtime. Don't wave, don't you dare wave. And what does he do? He bitch slaps me. Think that's funny? So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is this Rimmel Fix Perfection. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the Rimmel Fix Perfect. Jeez. Okay, no faces. You gotta get this video done. Woman. Okay, alright, seriously. Okay. So the first thing that So the first product that I want to show you guys is the Rimmel Fix Perfect. Oh, my nose is running. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the Rimmel Fix Perfect Primer. You guys would think that was funny. Little dirty dirtbags. Okay. You can't call your subscribers dirtbags. That's not okay. Can I call them bitches? Is that link not the weirdest, creepiest thing you've ever seen? I know it is. It's creeper status.